Okay, what I want to do, I started it already. I want to take this whole figure and rotate it 180 degrees like this so that these dotted lines back here become visible. And then pretty much all of these lines will end up being visible. Okay? So if I rotate it in that direction, actually I didn't rotate it right, so let me start over. I rotated it, but I also turned it inside out. That wasn't a very good idea. If I rotate it this way, the right angle goes back to here. And the hypotenuse will go to here. And having rotated it, this point is going to be our 110 point. Okay? Then having rotated here, this point is going to end up on the opposite side. That's going to be our point 440. And this will be our point 410. So that above this 110 point, we go 3 units as before, because of course the value, well, you have the point 113. Okay, so the point 113 is now going to be here, where this is 3 units. Okay? Our point 419, well, is going to be above 410. So we're going to come up 9 units. We'll just say, okay, 9 is about here, so about 3 times as long as 3. Okay? And then we come up 12 units above the 44 point, so we're up here. And now our figure, which I didn't really complete last time, actually these dotted lines should have gone to the y equals 1 point, and maybe I'll fix that in a minute. We have these faces, and what I just said about y wasn't relevant. We have this, 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 and this being visible, and only one of the lines is no longer visible. Now, I'm going to want to shade this. So, yeah, I'll shade it like so. Then I'll shade this like so. And this top, I'll shade like so. And we get maybe some idea, if we look at it right, what the shape looks like, okay? Now, this entire shape fits within a prism. Now, you might forget the definition of a prism because you probably haven't used it in a while, but I can draw the prism and make clear my meaning. This triangle is the same as this triangle, right? It's going to go up 12 units. So that we get a triangle up here that's similar to this triangle down here. And the cross sections are always this triangle, right? Make sense? Okay, so the prism, if we go ahead and make the visible lines solid, the only line that's not visible is the one in back here that I didn't really make all that dotted, but there it is, okay? So we can visualize that prism very easily. And we can go ahead and shade it just to be sure we understand it. Okay? This figure has been cut out of this prism by slicing it rather drastically from here down to here. Okay? So if we do that slicing, we'll do that slicing in red to make it emphatic. We just slice this prism and right there's my slice. Okay? So we slice it with a plane. Okay, are we slicing off as much as half of it? Clearly much less than half. Even if we slice it all the way down to here, turns out we would only slice off a third of it. Okay? And check me on that, I'm pretty sure that's right, because that's kind of a general principle with prisms and cones and pyramids and so forth. So it looks like maybe we've sliced off 20 or 25%. So let's say we slice that much of our prism to get our figure. Okay? Well, what's the volume of that prism? Answer is, well, how high is the prism? Well, I said it, but I didn't do it. The height of that prism is 12. And you know, when I sliced it, I didn't quite slice it right. I sliced it with a plane in this direction, and I've got to change that. Okay, because we sliced it down to here. Okay, the slice kind of went this way. So we sliced a little more than now maybe a little less than what we said before. We'll stick with that estimate. Let me get rid of this line and this one. Which I drew rather carelessly. Okay? So when we sliced the prism, we sliced this part of it. Maybe it's only 15 to 20%. Okay? Anyhow, the height of the prism is 12. How do we get the volume of a prism? Well, I'm not putting you in the spot. I'll just say, you multiply, this is basic principle of geometry that everybody starting in 7th grade should understand, and nobody ever does because the SOL doesn't apparently care if you know it or not. If you take courses here. And the rest of the country, it's pretty much the same. Geometry is being demoted, and it's so essential. They just expect, well, you can figure it out later. Because we want everybody to have geometry, but they're not capable of really learning geometry, so we don't teach much geometry. That's just the way things are. It's kind of awful, but I'll get off my soapbox and just say that this line should actually be dotted. If I knew geometry better, I would have dotted it. Okay. You multiply the area of the base by the altitude. Very simple idea. Volume of the prism is area of base times altitude. The base is a triangle that has dimensions 3 by 3. Yeah, I mean, here's a right angle, right? It's a right triangle, 3 units from here to here, and it's 3 units from here to here, right? So it's half of a 3 by 3 square, so it has an area of 4.5, right? Okay?